In the meantime, let's bring you this. It's time for that regular feature, Tech Talk, where we look at the very latest in the world of technology. Tech journalist Toby Shapshak joins me now to have this conversation. Toby, good to have you. Long time, good to see you. But you're not bringing some good news if you are a Jack Dorsey fan, because the Twitter CEO seems to have stepped down from his role.
Yes, indeed. And it's controversial, as everything around tech CEOs, and especially Jack Dorsey, who's grown a beard and gotten all messianic and, he's kind of like a Silicon Valley shaman. He wanted to come and spend 6 months in Africa. And he has a very hands-off style. So he's always been a controversial figure. He, of course, co-founded Twitter and sent the first tweet, which was just finished setting up my Twitter, where he left out all the vowels. He's been the CEO. He got kicked out. He came back as the CEO, and now he's taking a step to step away. And fascinating that yet another Indian-born brilliant engineer is now the head of a major tech firm. That's Twitter, Alphabet, or Google, Microsoft. So it just shows, anyone in America who thinks immigrants coming in, getting work visas in the technology space is a bad idea. Well, some of the biggest firms are now recipients of those H-1 visas. So fascinating change of pace. Of course, Dorsey is the CEO of two companies, Twitter and Square, and he's been accused by investors and shareholders of not having enough focus on Twitter, and you're probably correct. But it's going to be a big shake-up. Whether an insider is going to change the way Twitter does things or do it dramatically is yet to be seen. But that is by far the biggest tech news of the week, that there's this change of leadership. And let's see how it happens. I personally prefer Twitter, Dumela. I don't know about you. It's the only social media app I still have on my phone. I've deleted everything else. They are time thieves and data thieves, especially if they're owned by Facebook. And I still prefer Twitter. I think there's an honesty to it. It's not to say it doesn't have disinformation and anti-vaxxers and crazy trolls. And every time I write or anything about an ANC politician for the Financial Mail, I get these bots in my timeline. I mean, I write critical things about Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, lots of critical things about Facebook. Never see a Twitter bot. As soon as I write about Gwede Mantashe or Jacob Zuma, bang, I'm like, there's somebody doing it. And of course, we know the ANC can't pay its own staff, so I'm sure someone's doing it for free. But nonetheless, let's move on to something much more interesting. And you'll probably have noticed that the sound quality is very good, isn't it? And I'm using this very good Rode microphone. You can even hear me talking from behind. Very clever device called an eNCA USB Mini. And the idea is just that you plug it in at the back with a USB cable, you can put in your headphones, you've got volume, and it's the kind of thing designed for podcasting or Zoom meetings like this. I use the Apple EarPods, but actually their microphone's terrible. I did an interview with the guys from Eskom Push this week. They sound fantastic. I sound like I'm underwater. So I dug out this brilliant Rode microphone that we've been testing, and that's what I've been using today. So I don't know what you think. So how's the sound quality?
It's a lot better. I mean, coming from a broadcasting perspective, it's a lot better. I'm not sure if our viewers can hear the difference, but for me, definitely listening to you right now, crystal clear just in terms of that audio there, Toby. But I want to move to this as well. Samsung Galaxy Watch 4.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yes. I mean, it's coming up to the end of the year, so I thought I usually put in one gadget. I thought I'd put in two products. Samsung's Galaxy Watch 4, they're fantastic devices, these smartwatches. I don't really want my notifications. I don't know about you, Dumela and Gareth. I don't want stuff coming to my phone. I have very specific messages from my wife and my business partners, and my mother. No one else is necessary. But what I do want is I want to track my steps, because I want my discovery points, and I want to track my sleep. And I generally want to get a little bit better, because I've noticed, Craig Nossel, when he was still at Discovery as the chief medical officer, and I had an argument or a debate with him about, does 10,000 steps really matter? And he showed me scientific proof and gave me lots of articles and papers to read. So there is some value to being a bit more active, and there is a lot of value to sleeping well. So those are the things I've been really interested in testing. I've only been testing it for a couple of days, and I have to say, another winner from Samsung. It works obviously better better within the Samsung environment. And it does a lot more than this lowly, non-practicing health fanatic can put it through its test. It's got every sport you can think of. And it's just a useful way of keeping track of your activity. You know, if you are a little bit more healthy, and I blame Adrian Gore for this all the time, you know, he went to build that ginormous business while cycling every morning. So I have no excuse, apparently, for, you know, not doing a bit of activity. I'm a non-practicing health fanatic. But I'm very impressed with both the Samsung watch and very pleased to hear with this Rode microphone. Clever little compact thing. Both of them are well priced, and both of them will be very nice in someone's Christmas stocking this year.
That's an idea. I think Gareth might just like that because he looks jealous from where he's standing right now. Toby, good to have you, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
I think the better
twinkling.
microphone is going to make Toby sound better. That's how Toby sounds.
Listen,
you can use all the microphones. You can point 30 microphones at Toby. It's not going to make him sound
You're saying
better.
Toby?
That's what he sounds like.
I was glad you said he looks like he has no cheer because, you know, I mean, I was going to say something insulting, and I thought, who insults a TV host on television until the TV host insulted the guest?
Toby, I think your battery and your microphone's dying. Bye. We'll chat to you another week. Toby Shapshak from Stuff Magazine.